A month ago, during a preparation of the preview, it became clear that the new strategy game by Paradox Interactive is similar to the games of Sid Meier's Civilization series. Here are the same principles of developments of cities and countries, methods of war and peace, similar resources and ways to achieve the main goals. What to say, even the external similarity is striking. So the question arose: why do fans of the genre need another civilization, if they already have a beautiful original at hand? Since the demo cut off at the most interesting moment, I don't know given an answer. But now I think the release will definitely do all it is. That's the truth with which you start studying Millennia. Traditionally for the genre of strategy offer nothing more than they conquer the world, starting with a small piece of territory on the map, without any mines or farms. On the way to victory you will find a lot of interesting things. You have to fight off the barbarians and establish relation with your neighbors, invest all the points with resources, find the right direction in scientific progress. Do not miscalculate with buildings, army, upgrade skills around cities, and the choice of political systems. Ideally, it would be better to defeat the aliens, but it's just a matter of luck. And the main thing is to resist among the storms raging in the virtual world. Two teams, military and civilian, one through the wall path. On the one hand you will have to fight off the external enemies, and on the other hand to monitor the mood of the inhabitants inside the states. But the theaters begins in the hunger, and a strategy game begins with the opening. The first moves when the player chooses a place for the capital, order initial improvements, outline the vectors of construction and study of technologies, use the advantages of his factions, leaving its disadvantages, largely determine further success. And here Millennia presents the first surprise. The game is largely indifferent to who any what you start with. Despite the rich choice of nations, including Chinese, Russians, Americans, Aztecs, Persians, French, Germans, Turks, and even Zulus, you can choose your own starting bonuses for each faction. It's not India with equal bonuses of summer with a science bonus. Take what you want. Even duplicate bonuses are allowed. For example, in a game with 5 participants, you can give all 5 of them the same production boost. In this situation, only the colors of the flags will be different. The capital is given to you at once without searching for a place closer to resources and the river bank. Furthermore, in time it turns out that the faction do not have unique troops either. With due diligence you will see both Chinese Spartans air attack grenadiers. Battles are not witty either. You just open a window in which hatefully drawn cartoon people are fighting. You can't influence this cliché in any way, except to speed up it, to close it and forget as soon as possible. But where the game makes up for it in terms of variability, it is a development mechanics. Take the economy for example. You can go and bake a bar with a canvas or bottled wine. First you have to find the approachable resource outside the city walls, then build an improvement on the square, and somewhere in the neighborhood you processing plant or even several. In the case of the same bar, the chase looks like this: a farm, a mill, bakery, and then, when electricity becomes available, a flour mill. There are tons of such buildings. On the terrain you can open mines and quarries, workshops and factories for all kinds of crafts, houses and mansions, schools and laboratories, plantations, dams and even coffee houses with literary salons. And all this is additional to the buildings available in the city itself. A thought people used to the rules of civilization will be discouraged by the fact that the marker here gives diplomatic bonuses, not money. The political system is no less complicated. Climbing its rungs begins in the research menu. Science is a series of windows of approach with technology cards, which can be opened in any order, if the approach containing them is already open. There are also forms of politics and nationalities tied to these windows. After the Iron Age, for example, 3 further paths are available: the Age of Kings, the Age of Monuments, and the Age of Plague. The last option is a quizzes option, and it's only achieved if you're doing badly, and the easy way to establish a kingdom is to simply open this option for points. The further the evolution moves, the more interesting options there are. You can create, for example, a utopian society of IT workers, or emphasize militarism in a world where people are not alone in the universe. Further into this melody waves a solo the sphere menu, placed in an upper left corner of the interface. Ruling insists on formal expression of power, be it a republic, an imperial dynasty, or something else. Each such window contains a set of civics that give different bonuses when activated, but it's all open for special points, which are accrued from buildings and actions, and in addition the change of models is varied without bloodshed and chaos. The politics is sharpened by the social structure menu, where social parameters are stringent. You can, for example, step by step to reduce the vapor of popular discontent, make cheaper engineers improvement, stimulate science, or reduce the cost of maintaining the army. Complementing the political composition are arrangement in a form of construction, art and diplomacy. Progress in each of these sections provides special points, but they will affect the atmosphere in your state in one way or another. To make it clear, you can negate an emerging rebellion by organizing religious festival for art points and advanced branches of construction. Will give you points for social organization. When different aspects of strategy are so interconnected, you start to respect it, even if you look down on it before from the same civilization Kalancha. Nevertheless, some aspects of the game seem unnecessarily complicated. It's as if the developer of C-prompt games decide to overtake the Virac system out of principle, where they made a step. These developers make a war work. Let's take the expansion of your empire as an example. Here you can grow or buy a settler. You can hire him only for management points, and each next colonist is more expensive than the previous one. Then we send the new unit to the place where the city was founded, accompanied by troops, of course. As in Civilization, you can either move or put down roots. Diving a tool, there is no third option. Found a city? Great, but it's not really yours yet, but exists as a vassal territory. That means you can build anything in the city or its surroundings, and you can get resources out of it. And we have a strategy where every aspect must be taken under personal control. That's why we start working on joining the village to the empire. Again, we sum up the points of the board, periodically boosting progress at the expense of park diplomacy. And here comes another surprise. We have annexed the town, but there is nothing that would be contribute to the reality of the locals. They don't have enough charges, the streets are dirty, they don't have enough energy, food or shelter. There are two solutions to the problems. On the one hand, it's necessary to erect buildings, pushing their construction with money and develop these things, if there are enough shelves, and on another hand, to wield political tools. But that's not all, because there is no guarantee that you will be able to deal with the crisis in time, and if you do, rebellion will break out. It happens here as follows. The rebellious city immediately falls away from the country, forming an independent state, and you can bring in troops to restore order. So we have our Artoska here. The borders are closed, and so we again have a diplomacy point to first condemn these freaks that appears on the map, and then we throw military force at it. And it's not sure things that the campaign will be successful. What if your neighbors decide to make friends with a new country to attack you, taking advantage of the situation, but even after the return of the lost territories, they will have to pay it again to cancel the vassalage already in the second circle. Or gold, a similarly simple luxury item. In Civilization, valuable metal is immediately marked on the map as a resource, so to get you just need to build a necessary improvement on the cell, but Millennia does not look for easy ways. First, you need to train a prospector for points and not in the city, just like in the case of colonists. Then we send the budget man to the mountains to find a gold mine, and then will be set up a mine, and jewelry workshop on top of that. We need luxury good after all, not raw material for them. It's not that all of this is reproach for the developers, but we should admit that not all of the solutions inspired by competitors' games are equally good. Moreover, the employees of C-prompt games have already shown themselves master of cutting off unnecessary things in the demo. There are no workers in their games, rows are lit automatically, improvements are available in one click, battles without tactics, science without sprawling trees, but we know that the speed of progress in strategy is often inversely proportional to the depth of the gameplay, and here the developers have to both shine with originality and cunning so the gamer, like a little child, was at least busy with something. Thank you for watching.